Hello there everyone, Stormy Strike here, and here with me I have all 17 of the beasts of the Mesozoic Raptor series raptors. I bought every single one of the raptors that were available. The only ones I didn't buy were the two Build-A-Raptor sets because I knew I wasn't going to have time anytime soon to actually paint any of those. So those were the only raptors I didn't buy. I bought all 17 raptors. I bought the 4 different accessory packs, and I bought the 3 nestling raptors. I already did a video on the nestling raptors and the accessory packs. If you want to see my review of those, you can click the card in the right hand corner or check out the links down below in the description. And then also for fun here, I included the accessory pack boxes and the raptor nestlings, so you can see what all of the adult raptors, the accessory packs, and the nestlings look like all together here in their boxes. If you don't know already, these raptors are supposed to be as scientifically accurate as possible, which is why they are all feathered. Right now these raptors may look like they're all the same sculpt, and some of them have the same sculpted pieces for one another, but a lot of them have specific sculpted heads for the raptors they're based after. They have different wing feathers and feet and all kinds of things like that. Something that is really cool with all these raptors, and then also the accessory packs and the nestlings as well, is that they are based after real bird colors so that they look realistic and plausible for real life, which I think is really cool. So the first raptor that came out in the series was of course a Velociraptor. Beautiful raptor in some pretty earth tones of oranges and tans and browns. The second one here is an Artoceraptor. I'm really sorry if I pronounced some of these names wrong. This one is a little hard to see right now, but he is like a dark color with some red accents. And then here is the third one, which is the... I'm just not even going to try and pronounce these guys' names, but you can see them on their boxes there. This guy's a really neat lighter colors with some white and earth tones. And this one is even a whiter colored one with some pretty yellowish orange hands, feet, and color around the eyes. And then back over on this side, this guy is really cool. He's black with some white and blue. Here's another more earthy toned one. This one's kind of got some reddish browns going on. Then here is the Dromaeosaurus, which I'm actually a little surprised that his colors are a lot more brown than I expected. I thought they were going to be a little more black and white, but he still looks really cool. Next to him is the raptor whose colors are modeled after the blue-footed booby birds. Back over on this side again. This one is a very blue colored raptor with a really interesting orange snout. Next to him is the Pyro Raptor. This one's got some pretty reddish brown tones to it. Here is probably the most colorful of all the raptors. This is the Lino Raptor, and this one has some really pretty teal colors and blues and yellows. Just a really colorful raptor. And then the Dromaeosaurus. This one is also very colorful. This was the first fan choice raptor, and this one has some really pretty orange colors and spots on it. Now up to the top row, another colorful one. This is the Pyro Raptor Fan's Choice. This one has some really cool oranges and blacks with some neat striping. Next to it is the third fan choice, which is a raptor modeled after the colors of a roadrunner. It's got some really cool patterns on it. And then the fourth fan choice raptor is this raptor with some reds, yellows, oranges, and blacks. You notice this guy down here I had to put in front because he was not going to fit on this big tower of raptors. This is the Beasts of Mesozoic Velociraptor in blue. I believe this variation was a Kickstarter exclusive. And then lastly we have the Velociraptor in red, and this was another exclusive one that you had to order at some point. Here are the backs of the 17 raptors, well 16 right now anyway. So here is the back for the Velociraptor. I absolutely love the packaging art for these raptors. David Sylvia did an amazing job getting artists together to make some amazing artwork for these packages. And as you can see on the boxes here, it shows also available to show you all the raptors available in each series. So the first 11 raptors and then the 2 exclusive red and blue raptors all have the same back packaging art that show all 11 raptors that are available in the series, along with the red Velociraptor. Going along the bottom here, you can see the different artwork of the other raptors. The bottom also tells you the raptor's name, what it means, and other information about them, the locations they lived, how big they were, characteristics, all kinds of cool things like that. And then for the fan choice raptors here, you will notice that the back of them are a bit different because it just shows the other fan choice raptors instead of the other 11 or 12 raptors. It is a different artist that did the fan choice raptors packaging art, so it's kind of cool that they have a different style to them compared to the other raptors. Now, as much as I would love to unbox each of these raptors on camera and give you detailed reviews and looks at every single one, I just think that is going to end up taking way too much time and make this video unnecessarily long. So what I'm going to do is unbox one raptor and give you an in-depth look about that one, show you all its details and articulation, and compare its size to other toys, and then I will give you a brief look at all the other raptors. It's honestly hard just to pick one raptor from these 17 to show you in depth, but here we go. So I decided to do here the first in the fan choice series, which is this very colorful Dromaeosaurus. It was hard to decide which raptor to actually show super in depth in and its articulation and things like that because they are all so cool and unique. So let's first begin by unboxing this guy, and I'm trying to be careful because I really like the packaging on these and I would like to keep their boxes for now. Something else that's cool I noticed is on the back of the box there, it's got a really pretty landscape picture in the background. Looks like all the raptors have different landscape photos behind them, which is a little hard to tell from their packaging. But I think that's really cool, and it shows where these raptors would have kind of inhabited in the prehistoric times. So they come in these plastic shell casings. So with each raptor comes a base, and it will be painted to represent the kind of environment they would have come in. So here's this Dromaeosaurus base. As you can see, it is green with some brown and gray rocks. And then also included, here are the different pegs and mounts. So I believe how this works is this longer peg here goes down into the base, and you have the 2 different attachments you can put on it to help pose your raptor. We'll play around more with that in a minute. Here is the Dromaeosaurus. And as you can see, his tail comes separately in the package, and then he also has 2 different toes that you can switch out on his feet. So let's pull him out of the package. They just pop right on out, pretty easy and smooth. Now we'll go ahead and take his tail out. Now their tails are bendable, so don't be alarmed if you see their tail is bent. They have a wire inside of them so they can be posed. And we'll just leave his 2 little feet in there for the moment. Then here he is. Let's pop in his tail real quickly. And it just pops right in, pretty smooth and easily. This figure is absolutely amazing. I already love the colors and patterns on it. The sculpt is incredible. Here's a close-up of that beautiful face sculpt. These raptors do have different heads for the different species they're supposed to be, so their head sculpts will vary between the different raptors. He's got a really pretty yellow eye with a white highlight and black pupil. You can see all those lovely little tiny feather details in him. He has nostrils sculpted in, lots of pretty color and detail. Their jaws do articulate, and the paint job inside of them is absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a paint job quite like this on any of my figures before for the inside of their mouths. I'm going to try and zoom in real close here so you can see. Not only is the inside of the mouth painted and the teeth are individually painted, but they have even more detail on them. They aren't just a solid color white, but they have some other color painted in with them. So they don't look like that stark, clean white teeth. They look kind of dirty and realistic. The roof of the mouth is detailed and painted with some gloss, so it's got that realistic wet look to it. Here's the lower part of the mouth. As you can see, there's a nicely sculpted tongue on the inside. And these tongues are actually a little bit articulate. Look at that, that's amazing that you can actually move their tongues so that they can be coming out more, like they're roaring, their tongue coming up, or you can put it down flat against their mouth. That is really amazing. Just a crazy amount of detail just on the inside of their mouths. That's so insane. Down to the neck, you can see it is well sculpted with feathering details. I love the color scheme on this guy, it is really cool. And as you can guess by all the breaks for articulation, so you can move their necks around in different positions. We'll move down to their bodies. I think it's really amazing how even though these figures have so many points of articulation, how they are sculpted and painted, everything blends in really nicely. So it's not super obvious that they have all these breaks for their articulation. Their body also has a break in the middle for a little bit of articulation. Their bodies can rotate a little bit around. Now at their arms, some really cool paint patterns and lots of details. I love the dry brushing of the blue on top of the feathers here so that you can really see them in the detail in the sculpt. So you can see their arms, of course, articulate, and I love that this part can also come in like that or fold out more. Their arms can also come out. And look at that, look at all that detailing on the underside of the arm. That is so cool. And also the detailing on their belly. I love this guy's detailing with the little gray spots on him. Their hands are also detailed. Their claws are all painted black on this guy. And his hand moves with this feathery piece here. Just such an amazing figure. Let's move down to his legs. Again, really pretty colors. I love the dry brushing of orange on the legs here. It brings out those feather details in the sculpt. Down to the toes. These are some really cool looking feet. I love these long black claws. And what's also kind of nice is that since these are not marketed as toys for younger children to play with, their claws are actually a little bit sharp and pointy. They don't have that dull, rounded off look that some dinosaur toys have. As you can see, their legs are poseable all the way from the hip joint down their leg and down to their toes. Super, super cool. The tail even has some points of articulation, so you can get it in some different positions. And then of course, it's got the wire inside the tail, so you can actually bend the tail itself. Now if you want to change the toes on these figures, all you have to do is pull this little part of the toe out. And then you can put the new set of toes right in there. Well, the new set of toes are not wanting to cooperate right now on sticking on there. But the difference of the other set of toes is that they curve downward, so it'll look more like their toes are curved, like in a running position or about to pounce on something. So it is really cool that we also have the option to change the toes. Something else I didn't even realize until just now is that these big sickle claws actually are articulate, on this toe, so you can also move that toe up and down, which is super cool. Here I tried my hand a little bit at using the posing rod and the base for this figure so that it can stand up. I still need to play around with it more, but what I really like about it so far is that it's on a ball joint and it's able to move around pretty easily to what you desire. Now let's do some size comparisons with this figure and some other figures. First, here is the Beast of Mesozoic Nestling Raptor. As I mentioned, I've already done a review on these little guys. It is really cute that these raptors could have little babies with them, and these size up really nicely. Next, here is a Juvenile Troodon from a Beast of Mesozoic accessory pack, and this guy also sizes up pretty well, and here he is compared to the baby too, so you can see kind of a growing up process there. Here's also another smaller raptor from the accessory packs next to this Dromaeosaurus. And then I also have some other dinosaur figures here to compare it to, such as the blue Velociraptor, which I recently did a review video about. This is the new Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Raptor, and as you can see, it is quite smaller compared to the Beasts of Mesozoic Raptors because these guys are in a bigger scale than this blue raptor. I also have here the Mattel Indo Raptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and as you can see, this guy is a lot bigger than the Beasts of Mesozoic Raptors. This is the big Poseable Indo Raptor, but it is cool that both of these figures are so poseable. I feel like these two could still make a cool setup together somehow. Here is a Schleich Velociraptor, and this guy is quite a bit smaller than the Dromaeosaurus here. Now here is an example of the Dromaeosaurus on the long jumping rod that comes with the accessory packs. In this base and then the eggs in this fern also come with the accessory packs. So you can see if you have an accessory pack, you can also pose your raptors so that they're in mid-air jump attacking something. These figures are truly amazing, and I still can't believe that I actually went and bought all of them, which maybe wasn't the smartest decision on my part at the time, but you know what, I think it was totally worth it. These figures are really amazing, and I can't wait to take them all out and take pictures of all of them, and have a lot of fun setting up different dioramas and scenes with them. But now let's go ahead and take a quick look at all of the other 16 raptors. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do an in-depth review of each of these 17 raptors, but you can still let me know down in the comments which of these raptors is your favorite. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a dino-tastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!